Today I have with a special guest. We're going to sit in on a conversation with Dr. Sandy Gluckman. She is an author, an educator, an international speaker who's consulted with and trained thousands of people and parents and teachers in different parts of the world. And she teaches how to look past the stigmatizing labels and instead connect, communicate, and behave with these children in ways that ignite the real and talented child inside of them. Her unique parenting and teaching tools are based on neuroscience and how to validate and honor children for the remarkable ways that their brain works. And those are things that are really important to real you. We want to connect with people that are aligned with building self-worth and resiliency. And she's a perfect example of somebody in that space that's really walking the walk. Dr. Sandy is a learning behavior and mood specialist who describes your quest as saving the next generation from being overdiagnosed, over-medicated, and misunderstood, quite honestly. Her work is based on the unique blend of her studies in functional medicine, interpersonal neurobiology, and psychology. She describes this integrated approach as spirit, body, and brain medicine, which means she treats the whole child because she believes what is happening to the child is the spirit is affecting everything. And the spirit is inseparable from the entire realm of who the child is or who we really are. And she has a couple different really unique programs that she works with. And one of them is called Parenting That Heals, and the other is Teaching That Heals the Brain. And these have been workshops that have been presented across many countries. And she consults clients both in person and online to just customize and be able to utilize the digital platform to help more and more people with their children and the connection between building those relationships and opening the lines of communication to understand ourselves much better. I ran across Sandy on a YouTube video, and I like to look for information that's relevant, but this was one of those things, if there's one word to get my attention, it's Sandy, and it's very personal to me. So when I saw that and then clicked the video and saw what she was offering, it just resonated significantly. Sandy happens to be the name of my mother, who sadly passed away when I was in just getting out of college very suddenly. And so that is very significant. I like synchronicities, and this happens to be one of them. So I hope that this information that we share, and I quite honestly know that it will, the people that resonate with us will certainly resonate with what Dr. Sandy has to say. So thanks for joining us today. Really appreciate being able to share the space with you and get to know more about you and ask you a few questions.
Well, hello, Ray. I love what you say about synchronicities. I too believe in them. And so there's a very important reason, I believe, that you and I are sitting here today having this conversation. And I know that, or I believe that the people who need to hear it will find it. And I truly, truly hope that when they do find us on this conversation today, they take away something that will help them transform their lives and their children's lives.
Yeah, that's for sure. No, I think it will. And one of the video that I saw first, that I watched a few different ones, but the one I'd like you to speak into is the topic of why millions of children believe that they're not enough. And if you could just share a little bit of your thoughts and insights on that, that would be, and then also follow it up with steps that we can take as parents and teachers to make that disappear, or to help create some sort of a way to aid in that area.
Thank you. I'm getting feedback from my voice, so I hope that this is okay. I'm kind of hearing an echo of what I'm saying. So let's hope that it's recording correctly.
Okay, we'll cross our fingers.
We will. And thank you for that question. It's the one that's very, very close to my heart, because I guess I was a child who for many, many, many years, in fact, into my early adulthood, believed I was not enough, not good enough, not smart enough, not pretty enough. I just was not enough. And I can tell you that it is a very painful feeling, a very painful core belief to have about ourselves. So this topic is, as I said, very important to me. And as I look around in the world today with what's going on, I come to realize that it happens to be one of the core underlying root causes of what's going on with millions of our wondrous children. So I spent a few minutes this morning looking up at some of the latest Cdc statistics on what's happening with our children in terms of their mental, emotional, and behavioral and intellectual health. And I was beyond shocked. I know these things because I see them in my practice. So, but when I look at the statistics, the United States-wide statistics, they are beyond shocking. So I kind of pulled out some to share with you, and that is that ADHD, behavior problems, anxiety, and depression are the most commonly diagnosed mental disorders in children. So we've got approximately and this is the CDC statistics, the latest ones, approximately 6.1 million children have received a diagnosis of ADHD. Approximately 4.5 million children have been diagnosed with behavior problems. 4.4 million have been diagnosed with anxiety, and 1.9 million have been diagnosed with depression. And some of these conditions actually occur together. I mean, for example, you can have anxiety together with depression, anxiety together with ADHD. So, and also what the statistics are showing is that the depression and anxiety have increased exponentially over time in children. And as I say, I see this in my clinic. I see a truly an epidemic of children who are grappling with these issues, these learning, behavior, and mood challenges. And then, of course, there are those children who are not. There are millions of children who are not grappling with issues like these. And so for many years, I've been researching and asking the question of, why do some children not have anxiety, not have depression? How they're just happy, they get on with the world, they go with the flow, they have confidence, they're emotionally resilient. And why then do we have literally millions of children who are not emotionally resilient and struggling with some kind of feelings and beliefs inside of them that is causing all kinds of symptoms for them? And in my research and in my experiential work with, working in consultation, it's become very clear to me that what's happening is that all of these millions of children that I've just read statistics about, they are showing symptoms of an underlying root cause. And so the problem is that traditional medicine treats these symptoms as though they were a disorder or a disease, and then labels the so-called disorder. And we've got lots of those labels: ODD, OCD, ADD, ADHD, or it goes on forever. Labels these symptoms, and then very often pulls out a prescription pad and provides a medication